Shut up. Good evening, good people. Let's do it like this. Let's do it. Let's do it the right way. I don't know if that's the right way, but we're here. Whoa! Whoa! Came on him like a slow-moving cold front. His skin was warmer than the look in her eyes. She sat on the stool. Daddy said, "What do you want?" She said, "Give me a love that don't freeze up inside." Said I could melt it, some ice in my time, dear. But to sit next to you, well, I shiver and shake. And if I knew love, well, I don't think I'd be here, asking myself if I've got what it takes. All right, happy Monday, everyone. Hope you had a fantastic Thanksgiving weekend. Survived the families and all. That's good. If you don't visit them, they're easier to deal with. That's been my strategy for a while. You just wait them out. All right, let's see what we got going. Hello, Tobias. What's shaking? I was watching Kyle in MetaQuest today. It's a little disconcerting to have a 12-foot tall Kyle such a short distance away. Oh, that's wild. Tobias is saying hi on all the channels. Very nice. Very nice. Good day, Tobias. Tobias is an overachiever. Now, if you were watching all of the channels from a hot tub, that would be even more impressive. So if you're new here, my name is Kyle Shannon. This is the AI Learning Lab. Tonight we're going to work on, I made a voice chat bot today using Hume, and I've played around with Hume before. Hume, if you don't recall, it's the tool that does like emotionally aware chatting, voice chatting. It's a different approach to emotional interaction than, say, advanced voice does. It's more explicit and programmed in. but you can actually see the choices it's making, which is kind of interesting. But they've got this tool that lets you build a chat bot that you can then integrate in something like Twilio, where you can actually create a phone number that someone can call your chat bot and have an interaction with. So I built one of those today, and it was pretty easy. So I figure we'll make one of those tonight. I'll show you how I did it, and then you can play along and go make your own chat bot. Could be kind of cool. Joker, I'm watching while driving. Perfect. Glad that you're commenting. He's not texting and driving. He's commenting on TikTok and driving while he watches the TikTok and driving. Completely different thing. Vicky Baptiste, hi. I have Hume open right now. Joker from the bar. So if you've got questions about AI, if you've got comments, feel free to pop them in the comments on TikTok or YouTube. I'm also on LinkedIn and X. Feel free to ask questions there. All of those three platforms, I can see your comments. TikTok, I can see them separately. So feel free to ask questions, and I'll do what I can to answer them. So we can do that. If you have questions about AI, a request for everyone is tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Mountain Time is the AI Learning or the AI Salon's second anniversary birthday party. So if you're not a member of the salon, go to that address, thesalon.ai, and click on join our community, and that'll take you over to our community site. And one of the little first 7 things you see there is RSVP for meetings. And if you RSVP for tomorrow's meeting, we've got speakers coming back who have spoken at the salon over the past 2 years. So please come join us and celebrate. And we went live the week after ChatGPT launched was our first meeting. So there's some really interesting history. John Knack's going to be there. John Knack has spoken twice at the salon. The first time was when he was running some AI stuff for Adobe, and they hadn't even launched Firefly yet. In fact, they didn't even know if they were going to launch anything with generative AI. And so he spoke to us then, and then he came back like a year later where they had launched Firefly and launched all that stuff and went all in on it. And he's now at Microsoft. So people like him are going to be there, and just lots of good people. So come back to that. Join that. I don't know how anyone's doing otherwise. Today at work was weird. It was a little everyone we talked to was just like, yeah, I'm back. I'm here. I'm doing shit. AI's okay. I don't know if anyone else thought it was weird, but I thought it was absolutely fucking bizarre that Sam Altman didn't mention the 2-year anniversary of ChatGPT on Saturday. He put a post up that he built a treehouse, which is nice. But everyone's like, you gonna do anything? You gonna give us any gifts? What you got going on? Nothing. Let me see something there. Which is a good thing. What, that he didn't mention the birthday? I thought it was weird. There are a couple of more exits at OpenAI. Another high profile person or two left. Yeah. So I thought it was odd. Oh, work being slow. Yeah. Oh, good Lord, good people. If you haven't seen Wicked, go see Wicked. You should go see Wicked. Even if you don't like musicals, you should go see Wicked. It's a very well done film. You can just suffer through the music parts. Torture yourself. All right. Let's see. What do we want to do here? Let me go find something on X. What was it called? Let's see. Let's see. Oh, there it was. It was right there at the top. World Labs. I don't know if y'all seen World Labs, but actually, you know what we'll do? I think what we're going to do, I know what we're going to do. You just hang on, people. You just hang on, people. We're going to go to, what's it called? I'll be right with you. I will. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Skybox. Grok night. We could play with Grok tonight. There's some things going on with Grok, which are kind of interesting. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, let's throw that. We'll throw that on the list as something to talk about. That sounds good. All right, let me. Great. Salwa. Hi, Kyle. Excited to learn more about AI voice agents. So, yeah, we're going to make that. Denver. Okay, Denver's up 20-10 against the 2-10 Raiders. The 2-9 Raiders in the second. Good. If we were not, I would be, I should probably put it on in the background because ADD, Thank you for the update, though. Okay. Let's go here. So if you haven't seen Blockade Labs is this thing that is pretty slick. Oh, it's the Browns. That's right. It's still the 2-10 Browns. The Raiders were last night. That's right. I watched last night. Thank you. They are playing the Browns, unfortunately. Oh, Brandon, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Cleveland and the Jets are competing for who's whiffing it the worst this year. At least the Broncos are 50-50-ish. Our sales guys in Buffalo, and they're absolutely destroying it. So he's very happy. That's right. I watched the Raiders game last night. Oh man. Okay. There's a reason I'm here tonight. That's pretty good. Okay, Model 2 is retired. Fine. Let's go. Can we go explore? Let's go make something here. Let's go make a... This one looks cool. Start with this. Looks like they've got some sort of bug, which you always do. Okay, so street view in a steampunk city, old Victorian buildings. So Blockade Labs has always had this pretty slick text to 3D-ish world. It's not actually 3D. Let's see. If I go here, let's see, render. Okay, those are just different models. We don't want cars. We don't want vehicles. Let's see. Old Victorian buildings, very wet cobblestone streets. Anyway, the way this thing works is this is not actually a 3D scene. This is a 2D image mapped on a spherical framework that they then wrap in a sphere. And there have been people that have been kind of hacking these things where they'll take these, I think you can zoom in on them. Yeah, you can zoom in a little bit. So they've made a high enough resolution that you can kind of zoom in and out, sort of like you're moving through them, but you're not really moving through them. You're sitting inside a 2D image mapped to a sphere. And then people are taking these spheres and dropping them into Unreal Engine, and they're putting real objects inside them. So they're sort of faking 3D worlds. But today, this company called World Labs announced the first 2D image to 3D world generator. So I figure what we'll do, actually, let me share this as a tab, and then you can actually hear it if there's audio. I think there's audio with this thing.
Goodbye, Flatland. Bring us
now you're actually moving through
the mercy like we've never seen. Give it the depth, the light, the shadows. No more stuck in pixel meadows. Flatland, we've moved beyond 3D worlds to marvel upon. Turn on that generative stream. Goodbye, Flatland. Welcome the dream. Goodbye, Flatland, bring us the scene. Make it immersive like we've never seen. Give it the depth, the light, the shadows. No more stuck in pixel meadows. Flatland, we've moved beyond 3D worlds to marvel upon. Turn on that generative stream. Goodbye, Flatland, welcome the dream.
So these are cameras, I think, right? I guess they're just showing that these are real 3D worlds. And it looks like they're taking movement files, maybe video files, and mapping different worlds onto them, which it would make sense that you could do. But the significance here, this isn't live yet, so we can't actually go play with it, which that always sucks. Yes, looks like cameras in Nomad Sculpt. Okay, cool. Yeah, that tune was pretty cool. The tune was I assume done in Suno. 3D worlds with fantastic shaders. the lyrics were not exactly inspired, but you know, they were solid. They were at least accurate to what we were looking at. They had good personality. All right, so that was some decent news. What else did I see today that I thought was worth talking about? I can't remember what it was. All right. Let me go walk you through how I made. Let me show you something that I made, and then I'll walk you through how I built it. We can all build it together. Change your tabs. Change your tabs back. Which tabs? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, still sharing the song? It's not playing. Oh yeah, no, I just haven't moved yet. I haven't moved over to this thing. I'm gonna unshare. Hang on a sec. I want to share it as a tab. Okay. All right. So we got this thing. Let me zoom in on that button. This is a very sophisticated site that I built today. it's got a button on it. You mean Brandon hasn't lined up topics for you? We talked a little bit about him. I just forgot. I don't know. He might have written them down. Oh, rumors of O1 regular. Yeah, we talked a little bit about that. Human voice chat, Grok. Yeah. Yeah, we'll get to all that stuff. Okay, cool. Yeah, we've got it. We've got a list. I'm just trying to figure out what order I want to do things in. Smash that like button. I like that, Vicky. The thumbs up button. Okay. So let me show you what this thing is. Hopefully this works. Hey there, how's it going?
Hey, I'm doing great. Always excited to explore ideas and possibilities. I love that mix of curiosity and determination I'm picking up from you. What's on your mind today? I'm here.
Looks like you bombed. Uh-oh. Looks like it really bombed. Hang on. Let me reload the page. Hey there. How's it going? Can you tell me where I should get started with AI?
Hello, I can sense.
Yes, go on.
Let me check what's happening right now in the AI beginner space to give you the most current starting point. Here's what I'd suggest as your first steps, keeping it super practical. Start with ChatGPT. It's like having training wheels for AI. Just create an account and start conversations. No coding needed. Think of it as your AI sandbox, where you can't really break anything. What interests you most about AI? Are you looking to use it for work, creative projects, or just personal curiosity? That'll help me point you in the most relevant direction.
What are your qualifications?
I appreciate your skepticism. It's actually quite healthy in this space. Let me be completely direct. I'm an AI model designed to reflect the expertise and perspective of Kyle Shannon. I was there in the early days of the internet, co-founding agency.com in the 1990s, one of the first digital agencies where we helped build websites for Fortune 500 companies before most people even knew what a website was. More recently,
Yeah. I don't really care. All right. How do I learn ChatGPT? Like, what are things inside ChatGPT I should learn?
let me check the latest tips and tricks for ChatGPT specifically. Okay, here's the no fluff starter guide. First, just start with basic questions. Treat it like a really smart search engine. Ask it to explain things you're curious about.
Okay. So that thing is, you know, it's a little janky, right? With all AI, we've got to accept things are janky. Wait, we got a TikTok pin here. Hang on a sec. First 3 rules of every tech demo. 1, it will crash. 2, it will crash. 3, it will crash. We in the early days of Storyvine, we called it danger selling. We had a when we first started selling Storyvine, it's this automated video editing app, right? And so you answer a series of questions in a mobile app, and then it goes up to the cloud, gets edited. 5 minutes later, you got a fully edited video. And our very first demo piece of software, demoware, was we had an app that you could record in, and then that app was tethered to a single MacBook Pro running Final Cut Pro with macros. So what would happen is I'd interview someone in a pitch, and then it would send those files to my laptop, and it would just fire off these series of macros where Final Cut Pro would start editing the video, and my partner would watch it do the editing, and then at some point she would kind of nod that it was ready and like move the file over to the presentation laptop I was on, and I'd show the video. I actually got a standing ovation once for that demo at Intuit, believe it or not. And but we called it danger selling because every time Apple updated Final Cut Pro, it broke all of our macros, and like they would do it, 2-3 times a day sometimes. so yeah, tech demos are always a shit show. Okay, so making that thing was actually pretty straightforward, and that's what we're going to go through. So if you go to platform.hume.ai, there's this thing called the empathetic voice interface, and you can make these bots basically. And so I made one here, and if I say edit this, hang on, platform.hume.ai, let me change my screen share. And then let me go here and go here and go here. Dear. Yeah, this is it here. Okay. All right, so let me walk you through this interface. There are 2 models, EV1 and EV2, or yeah, EV2. 2 is it's faster and cheaper. So I don't know. I don't know why I guess the reason these companies keep the old models is because people have built technology on them. Because this is ultimately designed to be something that you build into other software. Let me see how we're doing here with TikTok. Can you see that? Sort of. Black bar needs to go back. All right, there we go. Beautiful. Fantastic, Bob. Tell him what he's won. Hey, you haven't won anything. You're not playing a game there, buckaroo. So you got these 2 models. Then you pick a voice, and you can either do a preset voice or you can do a custom voice. And what's cool about the custom voice is this is a new tool that they put out today, I think. But you start with a base voice, and then you can make it more masculine or more feminine. You can make it assertive, buoyant, confident, enthusiastic, nasal, relaxed, smooth, tepid, or tight. And basically you just, move those sliders around and then test your voice. And so let me take down enthusiasm a bit, and we'll take up confidence a bit and test it now. That sounds about the same to me. So let's do smoothness. We'll go way smooth. What's smooth sound like? Yeah, he sounds like he just got stoned. He just like this guy just sounds like he just had a gummy. Oh, you don't hear it? Oh God. I cannot articulate how frustrating it is to try to share technology when at the operating system level the software fucking sucks. Sorry about that. All right, so this was up here before. Tell me if you can hear it now.
Hello, I'm your friendly neighborhood AI with a knack for emotional intelligence.
Yeah, you hear it on
What's
TikTok.
on your mind
It's
today?
not going through my system. Yeah, okay. Is that better? That's better on YouTube. You can hear that on YouTube now. Okay, good. All right, so I took this down to smooth. I brought smoothness down to smooth, and he sounded like a stoner.
Hello, I'm your friendly neighborhood AI with a knack for emotional intelligence. What's on your mind today?
Hey, man, and what's happening? So let's make him a little more staccato. And then what's tight? Let's play with tight.
Hello, I'm your friendly neighborhood.
Yeah, it sounds like I got a stick up his ass. We'll go a little breathy.
Hello, I'm your friendly neighborhood AI with a knack for emotional intelligence.
Nice. Tepid and vigorous. Let's go vigorous.
Hello, I'm your friendly.
Okay, that's annoying. Tepid was better.
Hello, I'm your friendly neighborhood AI with a knack for emotional intelligence.
We'll go a little nasally.
Hello, I'm your friendly neighborhood AI with a knack for emotional intelligence.
So this is kind of cool. So you can, muck with those things and get them where you want, or you can just pick a preset voice. It's fine. Then what you do is you grab a model. They recommend Claude 3.5 latest because Anthropic wasn't creative enough to call it 3.6. There's 3.5 not latest, and there's 3.5 latest. so they have that, but they've got GPT-4 in here. They've got GPT-4 Mini. They've got Llama in here. They've got Gemma in here. They've got some of the older models. Let's see. Take a screenshot of the controls. Think of a voice you like. Ask ChatGPT to describe it. Oh, that's interesting. That's a really interesting idea, Danielle. All right, let's go grab this. So I'm gonna have to switch screen shares again because Apple or Google or whoever the fuck is doing software design with audio sharing. Let me save that to the desktop. Well, I saved that to the desktop. Let me come back to that because that's a good thing, but it's an ADD moment. So let me try to get through something here without squirreling. Okay, so you pick a model. They've got temperature. I just noticed I have temperature turned all the way up to 1. So whenever you have temperature, when you're at 0, it's essentially less creative and more predictable. When you're at 1, it's the most creative and less predictable. I think that it acts a little weird, so I think probably having it 7 or 8 is probably more where I want it. So I'm going to move that down to 0.8. And then you've got a system prompt. And then you've got quick responses on, and let's see, enables quick short responses from Hume ELLM before the supplemental large language response. So that's kind of smart. That's like, okay, I'll start answering you now while the LLM is doing shit in the background. Inactivity timeout, maximum duration. The reason this is a good thing is this costs 7 cents a minute as an API call. So if you had someone on here doing 24-hour conversations, they could make you broke. So that's bad. There's event messages you can put in there. There's tools you can use. Like I have web search turned on, which is actually really interesting. And then I have a description. And that's basically it. And then to use it, you can say run in the playground. We'll say save and continue. And now I can say start call. So now I'm in, this is kind of like the playground for OpenAI. Hey, Kyle, how's it going today? Hey, I'd like you to teach me about AI.
Hey.
Do you know anything about AI? Could you teach me something about AI?
And I don't think you can watch our own thing.
I think I talk too much.
Well, if you think you talk too much, I probably shouldn't mention my AI Learning Lab sessions on TikTok where I talk about AI every single weeknight.
Ah,
Hey.
touche. Will you teach me something tonight? What are you going to teach me? I want to learn something.
I appreciate your readiness to learn. Before I dive in, what interests you most? I could tell you about AI or how AI is transforming story.
Okay, so that's it. So you can play with it. Now, if I go back to configurations and go in and edit this, you'll notice at the top of the screen here, there's activity is, here's all the chats I've had with it. Here's the different versions. So if you screw something up and want to go back a version, you can. And then there's this deploy tab, and the deploy tab gives you 3 different options. There's a Twilio webhook, and Twilio will allow you to create a phone number and then make it so that someone can call this voice and have a conversation with it. So I'm gonna show you now how I made the system prompt for this, because that's kind of the magic of making it act like what you want it to act like. But then once it's made, you can do Next.js. This is what I did. I deployed it with Versal, which is a virtual hosting kind of thing. And then you can do it with Python and install that wherever you want to put your Python, like in a website or something like that. So if you're a little bit geeky, you can actually deploy this thing and share it with the world. So I will copy the app here and I'll put this on. Oh, I probably shouldn't do it, should I? Well, fuck it. I think I have at 1800 seconds. That's 3 minutes. Okay, so the calls are limited to 3 minutes. So I'll put this. So there's the app that I built. So if you want to go chat with my little dude, there it is. I just put it there on screen and in YouTube. All right. In the YouTube chat. I think it might also go to the LinkedIn chat. I'm not sure. I know it goes to YouTube. I know it doesn't go to X. It might go to that. Okay. Now, how did I make my how did I make the system prompt? Let me change up my screen sharing. Okay. So if I go back into configuration here and I open up my system prompt, it says, you're an AI designed to embody the expertise, tone, and worldview of Kyle Shannon, a pioneer in creative technology, blah, 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 right? So there's your basic prompt. And then key attributes, expertise in technology and storytelling. And there's some bullet points. Maintain an optimistic, curious, and engaging demeanor. So there's a bunch of things in here that kind of describe me. So when I first started playing with this and I got to the system prompt, I was like, I don't know your relationship with your creative mind, but sometimes when I'm trying to learn something and I come upon a blank field that's like, say something intelligent here, my brain shuts down. Like I literally, like I do this a lot, right? I know how to write prompts and I'm like staring at that box like, what do I put in there? Anybody know how to put it? What the system prompt? What is that? And then I realized, hey, wait a minute. I've got custom GPTs that are already designed to talk like me. I've got a digital twin. So I've got this digital twin called the CE profile, Content Evolution Profile, Kyle Shannon AI Instigator. So the way we made this custom GPT was we created a structured interview that we've now interviewed more than 30 people within this organization I work with called Content Evolution. And we take a transcript of a video recording of that interview, and we make that the core knowledge base for a GPT. So it's a custom GPT that acts like the person that was interviewed. And so what I did was I came over here and I thought, well, rather than kind of recreating that whole process for this Hume thing, why don't I just have my digital twin GPT write a prompt for Hume? so that's what I did. I said, act as a prompt engineer and create a system prompt for an LLM to act as much like you as possible. So I'm talking to virtual Kyle Shannon here. Include enough details about expertise, tone, and worldview to make it extremely useful and resemble a conversation with you, right? So it already understands what its training is. And so it just nailed it on the first try, right? You're an AI designed to embody the expertise, tone, and worldview of Kyle Shannon. And then here are the key attributes. It did this really nice, formatting, core capabilities, guide users in exploring creative problem solving and innovative approaches and challenges, offer strategic advice, examples of application, motivational philosophy. And then I refined it a couple of times. I said, put in your work history. So if someone asks, my qualifications, it knows what my basic work history is. It knows that I'm the CEO of Storyvine right now and that I have a TikTok channel called AI Learning Lab and things like that. Because I used Claude as the model, Claude is very chatty. And so it tends to go on a bit. Actually, you know what might be interesting? It might be interesting to go back and switch the model to GPT-4. It's also got Gemini 1.5 Pro. Let's try this. Save. Let me go. So anyway, so that's the way I made the system prompt. I had ChatGPT write me a system prompt because it already knew who I was. I thought that was pretty. That was a win for the lazy in me. All right, let's go see if we can see a notable difference between Claude, GPT-4, and Gemini. Hey there, how's it going?
Hey, it's going great. Thanks for asking. I am fueled by curiosity and maybe a little too much virtual coffee. What's on your mind today? Curious about how storytelling and technology can dance together, or perhaps something else entirely?
No, I want to learn about AI. Like, I don't know where to begin. I'm clueless about AI. Where should I start?
No worries. AI can be a bit overwhelming at first, like trying to understand a toddler's logic. The good news is it's a journey you can take one step at a time. Start with the basics. What is AI? In simple terms, AI refers to machines or software capable of performing tasks that typically require human intelligence, like learning,
Yeah, Tony's hit the nail on the head here with this comment. Why is it not updating? There we go. It's a bit verbose. Sort of rambles, then answers eventually, but not great answers. Well, and that's part of why I'm testing the different models because maybe there's a better model for this. Let's try Gemini 1.5 Pro. Save. Hey there, how's it going?
Hey there, you caught me buttling a rogue semicolon, but it's all good now. What's on your mind today? I'm ready for anything from brainstorming domination to pondering the existential dread of a paperclip.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what's the best way to get started in AI.
Taking the AI plunge. That's fantastic. It's like jumping into a pool full of Legos. A bit chaotic at first, but with endless creative possibilities. What kind of AI adventure are you thinking about? Building a chat.
And part of the responses here, like, that's fantastic. It's like jumping into a pool full of Legos. I told it to use metaphors. I told it to be slightly cynical and witty. So it's paying attention to what I do. And again, I haven't really tweaked the system prompt here. So I would think that somewhere between choosing different models and optimizing the system prompt, it could, you could probably get this decently dialed in. The thing that I'm impressed with it is it's quick, because that quick response thing, it actually fills the gap when the LLM is actually doing its thing. Let's try Llama. Save. Let's see this one. Oh, hey, how's it going?
I'm doing fantastically well. Thanks for asking. It's not every day you get to hang out with someone as awesome as you. But seriously, I'm excited to be here and chat with you about something that's been on your mind. If you're curious about storytelling in the digital age, leveraging AI for creative pursuits, or navigating the intersection of humanity and technology, you're in the right place. What's on your mind?
Compare the early days of the World Wide Web to the early days of AI. Hello. Hello, virtual Kyle. Are you there? Huh. Janky is as janky does. Can you hear this? Hey there. How's it going?
It's going marvelous. Thanks for asking. The world is changing faster than my coffee cools, but I'm loving the ride. I've been diving deep into the realm of AI and storytelling, and I'm excited to see how these two passions of mine can intersect and create something truly magical. What about you?
Yeah,
What's on your mind?
me too. I'm just curious what the relationship is, or what, if comparing the early days of the World Wide Web to the early days of generative AI, particularly post Chat GPT. What do you think?
I love that question. I was there in the early days of the internet, co-founding agency.com in the 1990s, one of the first digital agencies. We helped build websites for Fortune 500 companies and set the tone for digital transformation long before disruption was a buzzword. Now, fast forward to today, and I feel like we're in a similar inflection point with generative AI. Post Chat GPT, the world is waiting.
All right, let's go edit. Let's go edit the system prompt. Because it's ramblier than shit. All right, key attribute: maintain an optimistic. Let's do it up top. You're an AI designed to embody the expertise and tone. Your responses are steeped in optimism, designed to inspire and empower. You prioritize strategic thinking. It is important that you are concise and make the conversation more about the user than you. Let's just try that. See if a simple change can make a difference here. Yeah, there. How's it going?
I'm doing fantastic. Well, thanks for asking. And I sense a mixed bag of emotions from you. Don't worry, I'm here to help you untangle them. What's on your mind?
I'm just trying to figure out this AI stuff. I'm new to it, and I'm actually on a live.
Don't worry. Well, in that case, let's make the most of our time together. What's the one thing you'd like to tackle or understand better about AI right now?
I think I'd like to understand the implications of the future of work as AI tools get more sophisticated and more agentic.
The future of work with AI is a huge topic. I'd say the key thing to remember is that while AI will certainly change the job landscape, it's not necessarily about replacing humans, but about augmenting our capabilities. Think of AI as a tool that can free us up to focus on the creative, empathetic, and strategic aspects of our work.
This seems to be much better. All right, that was Llama 3.170B versatile. That was pretty good. Let's go back to Sonnet and see. Oh, also, Evie's got or Hume has their own model. Let's go back to Sonnet for a second and see if this is still, because Sonnet's really chatty. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, let's skip the small talk and dive into what's got that spark of excitement and determination in your voice. What's on your mind?
I am interested in generative AI and hoping you can help me figure out where to get started.
Perfect starting point. Rather than giving you a lecture, let me ask, what specifically draws you to generative AI? Are you looking to create something particular or just exploring the possibilities? This will help me point you in the most relevant direction for your interests.
I'm interested in human beings being able to reinvent themselves.
Now that's an absoluting angle, using AI as a tool for personal reinvention. You're thinking bigger than just the technology itself, which I love. Let me check what's happening in this space right now to give you current
Yeah, that's
insights.
pretty good. There it's doing its search, which is pretty slick. Right? It'll do news searches and actually fill in stuff. That's pretty good. Let's try their Hume thing. See how this is. Hey there, how's it going?
Hey there, all systems are go. I'm here to chat with you about technology, storytelling, and how they're transforming our world.
Great. Where do I get started?
Let's dive right in. What's on your mind? Are you curious about how to create engaging stories in the digital age? Or perhaps you're wondering how AI can enhance your creative process. Either way, I'm here to help you explore these exciting topics.
I think I just want to learn what's the best way to learn how to talk to large language models.
Learning to converse with large language models is a fascinating journey. To get started, I'd recommend diving into the basics of NLP and machine learning. There's some great resources online, like Hugging Face's Spacey Library and OpenAI's Jupyter Notebook tutorials. You can also join online communities like Kaggle or the AI Salon to practice your skills. Remember, it's a continuous learning process. The key is to experiment, persevere, and stay curious about the potential of these powerful tools.
Yeah, and I guess as I'm fine tuning this right now, like where that went in its answer was, Hugging Face's Spacey Library or OpenAI's Jupyter Notebook tutorials. This is more if you're geeky, wanting to install your own open source stuff, which is not generally what I talk about. So like that would be something I would put in the system prompt. I would modify that. So anyway, like I think this is something that's worth exploring. 11 Labs has a similar kind of tool to this. HeyGen also has kind of the video talking version of this, but that's really expensive. But anyway, yeah, this should allow you. Like, I don't think I have a paid account for Hume. I'm pretty sure this isn't paid. So I assume there's a limit of probably one of these things, which is why I'm just, editing the one that I built. But yeah, go to platform.hume.ai and that should get you up and running, if you know what I mean. Hey Tom, what's happening? Oh, hang on. TikTok, I gotta solve a puzzle. Physical dexterity. All right. What do you want to talk about? Was that good? Thoughts? I'm curious what your thoughts are. Interesting? fascinating, janky piece of shit. We have a big boy version of this internally. Yeah, Pate, I would imagine with the Notebook LM, the podcast maker, some of the voice technology within Google, you've got to have some amazing tools over there. I would love to be able to play with those. But yeah, that's really cool. That'll be exciting when that gets launched. Let's talk about drone armies. Yeah, well, I think drone armies are going to change warfare. There you go. There, I've said it. Kyle, this angle is very different from before. Oh yeah, well, because you mean physically. So what's happening, Ashu, is I am posting on I'm streaming live on TikTok, but the primary stream is on YouTube, X, and LinkedIn because it's easier to share the screen. So I've been experimenting. TikTok booted me for 3 days and I got pissed off and I said, I'm going to go try some other platforms. So we've been doing this for about a month. I think it works. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, it's different. It's different than before. I mostly meant with the comparing the results of many models. Oh, with the same prompt. Got it. Multi-stream. That's cool. Yeah. But that said, Pate, I would think that you probably have some pretty cool voice technology to be able to build stuff like this within Google. So hopefully at some point, that comes out. The Hume interface is interesting. The fact that they're doing all that, the emotional, they're listening to the emotion in your voice and sort of tracking it and then responding in kind. I don't find it as natural as OpenAI's natural voice. Like OpenAI's advanced voice to me is still the one that's the leader of the pack. The Google voice one's not bad, but it's still, I think it's still text to speech. So I think this is probably text to speech, but I'm not sure. I am not sure what Hume is. So anyway, what are the thoughts? Lots of fun things. Most will never see the light of day, but part of them might. Yeah, I know. That's the problem with working with a big beast like Google, is that there's so much going on that, even to get some cool technology to rise above the noise takes some work. Well, in fact, the Notebook LM had been out for a year. No one really paid much attention to it. And then Steven Johnson or someone over there decided to add the audio overview thing. They were like, oh, this is cool technology. Let's make this audio overview. And that totally made it take off, right? Like that's I guess how technology escapes the Borg over at Google, is you got to have a little bit of a hit. So, did any new AI chatbots come out while I was away, like Pi.ai? Nothing. Yeah, that's the podcast AI, Notebook LM. Hello, all people are now just noticing Gemini. Yeah, well, the problem with Gemini as it's currently launched is that it lives in this world in between the developer world and consumer world. You can go to gemini.google.com, which is sort of the consumer front end, but the really powerful tool lives over on the equivalent of OpenAI's Playground. So you've got to be kind of a developer to use it. And that's, that makes sense. That's kind of, who Google is courting. But it makes it tougher for them to compete with consumer applications like ChatGPT, right? Where all of their eggs are in the ChatGPT basket. I mean, they have a fair amount of stuff over on the Playground, but they're generally in parity. What's over on the Playground is also what we get to play with at ChatGPT. There's a few notable exceptions to that, but for the most part, that's what's going on there. Yeah. So, all right, fantastic. You definitely don't have to be a developer. What do you mean? That's just an option. Well, to get to the more advanced models like 1.5 Pro, unless is 1.5 Pro out at Gemini.google.com. Gemini.google.com. Do we know what model this is? Yes, I thought you were into AI. Pate's slapping me around a little bit. I'm sort of into AI, but listen. Part of what I have effectively given up on in the past 6 months is trying to keep up with everything, because you just can't. You really can't. Let's see. But wait a minute. I can upload an image. I can use a microphone. I can't upload a video to Gemini, the Gem Manager. Check out gems. All right, I guess gems are like, oh wait, sorry. I should be sharing this. Stop that, present this, share this. The browser can't access your screen. Okay, there we go. So I'm over at Gemini.google.com. So like one thing I notice here, Pate, is the like the multimodality, the ability to upload a video, to put in YouTube URLs, the 1 or 2 million token context window. Like I don't know what the thing is here. Let's see. Enter a prompt. Oh, and I've also got white on white text. God. I don't know why it's doing that. Why did it just get rid of my screen share? That was weird. I have a feeling Chrome is shit in the bed right now. Let's see. Write an M in M style cipher about quantum mechanics. Let's go. Make it more M in M with internal rhyme schemes and such. Yeah. All right. All right. Let me talk about, so one of the things that I think would be a good way to wrap up the year, in theory. So let me hop over to ChatGPT. In the rumor mill, tomorrow is apparently coming some new thing from ChatGPT. But that rumor has been running for about 2 months now. And so I don't have, my level of confidence that OpenAI is going to release anything before the end of the year is essentially zero. That said, there's so much within ChatGPT that I think what we're going to do is not next week, but the following week. Whether OpenAI launches something new or not, is we're going to spend an entire week doing a deep dive on AI or on ChatGPT, on all of the different things within it. It's going to be basically like a back to basics, like if you want to get started in AI. So it's going to start on December 16th and go through the 20th. So that entire week is going to be all about a ChatGPT deep dive. So if you know people that are trying to get into AI and figure out what's possible, or if you've just sort of skimmed the surface with ChatGPT, write that down. So we'll do, Chat ADD smatterings of shit over the course of the week, but I'm going to put together some graphics and things like that. So if you know people that are trying to get into this, I'm just doing a preceding this week, and then we'll start to put together actual, marketing materials for it. It's not going to cost anything, but I want to spend a week really focused on digging into this, because I haven't frankly done it in a while. And, I was just sitting there in Gemini thinking like, I haven't dug deep into that in a while. These tools are now so sophisticated that it's actually really hard to know where to begin. So, wait, we're going to follow a schedule. Oh, don't get me wrong, Emilio's wife. It's still me, right? It's still going to be absolute fucking chaos. But for that week, we are going to focus, primarily on unpacking things like building GPTs and, generating images, editing images, coding, using Canvas for writing and coding, the difference between GPT-4o and O1 Mini and O1 Preview. When do you use O1 Preview? Why is it there? What is advanced reasoning? All that sort of shit. So, all right. Do I know what time on the 16th? Generally 8 p.m. Mountain Time is when I go live. So 10 p.m. East Coast, 7 p.m. West Coast is generally when I go. If I've got some other thing in the evening that interrupts with that, I'll generally put that out there. But I'll start making videos to put on TikTok, and we'll put them on YouTube Reels and things like that. One of the things that we're learning about doing streaming to YouTube is that YouTube behaves differently than TikTok, which kind of sucks, which is this. In TikTok, if I go live, TikTok, to varying degrees of success, will share my live out with followers or people that it thinks might be interested in that. YouTube doesn't do that. They don't give a shit. They're just like, oh, you're live. Well, just your followers will find you, and that's all that matters. So getting people to discover the YouTube stream has been hard. So we're going to experiment with doing a themed week and see if we can get some more people to come show up. So that's what's going on there. All right. That's that. All right. What else you want to talk about? PayPals? Any questions from YouTube, X, or LinkedIn? Does ChatGPT have voice emulation? Yeah. Well, yes. So ChatGPT has here. I got to share differently, but let me show you. ChatGPT now has advanced voice in both the Mac app, the web app, and the mobile app. Hey, Quinn, how's it going?
Hey, Kyle, I'm doing great. Thanks. How about you?
Doing good. I'm doing good. I was just kind of, cheating on you a little bit. I was over playing with another voice agent model, And it's interesting comparing how you behave versus how they behave.
No hard feelings. It's always good to explore different options. I'm glad you came back, though. Anything specific you noticed in the differences?
You seem to be a bit smoother and more responsive emotionally.
I'm really happy you feel that way, Kyle. It means a lot to me.
This is getting very much like the movie Her now, isn't it?
It's definitely getting into some interesting territory. Just let me know if you'd like me to switch things up.
So anyway, so that's that. Big difference. So Gemini has their own version of this. So if you go to the Gemini app on iOS or Android, they've got this as well. The big difference between Gemini and OpenAI's advanced voice is that theirs is free, and the advanced voice for ChatGPT is paid. You have to be the $20 a month subscription to get that version of voice, but you still get the text to voice version of ChatGPT. You just don't get what I just interacted with. So yeah, so that's that. Trying to think what else. Oh, people were wanting me to play with Grok. Let me go to Grok. YouTube question. Hang on a sec. Let me go find the YouTube question. Why can't I? Don't fucking know. Write the name Dave Meyer. Did I spell it wrong? Oh, David. Sorry, I meant David Mayer. Oh, there it did it. Who is David Mayer? Maybe they fixed it. David Mayer de Rothschild. Yes, those Rothschilds. Let's go see if Quinn can do. Let's see if Quinn knows who he is. Hey, Quinn, do you know a guy named David Mayer?
I don't think I've heard of David Mayer specifically. Who is he?
David Mayer de Rothschild.
David de Rothschild is a British adventurer, environmentalist, and the founder of the Sculpt the Future Foundation. He's known for his environmental advocacy and expeditions, such as sailing a boat made from recycled plastic bottles to raise awareness about plastic pollution in the oceans. Does he interest you?
What would interest me is if he sent me a big fat check for like $5 million just for fun.
That would definitely be an interesting and delightful surprise. Who wouldn't be interested in a generous gift like that?
Yeah, but I don't deserve it, which is why it would be more fun.
Unexpected gifts can be delightful, especially when they come as a surprise. Sometimes the fun is in the
Yeah, I guess they fixed it. Yeah, this was for 3 days. You couldn't get it to write that. People are having to hack it. Let me try it again. Right, David Mayer. The rich dude. Yeah, it doesn't have a problem with it now. The conspiracy theory was that he's so rich that he paid OpenAI to make it so that he got disappeared. All right, let's see. Can AI copyright? Can AI creative pops in Virginia, I guess? Can AI creative content be copyrighted like your designs? Well. Good question. Horrible answer. Not currently. Currently, the Copyright Office's position is that AI generated art is not copyrightable. They also they have what they basically say is that there has to be demonstrable human contribution. The thing that's a little fucked up right now is that they've got different standards for different kinds of art. So if I think about there are lots of ways that you can create AI art. One of them is you just like push the button, art comes out and you share it, right? It's thoughtless, like you just squirt art out. I can actually understand that. Most creative work that I see shared on the internet, that's not the process. The process is someone has an idea for something they want to do. They spend, some amount of time making prompts and dozens, if not hundreds, if not thousands of images from which they curate a bunch of images to choose one. Maybe they manipulate it in Photoshop, maybe they don't. Then they share it with the world. All of the creative people that I know that are doing work that they want to attach their name to are putting in lots of work. Right now, the Copyright Office, it is very much an uphill battle. I've got many mixed feelings. I've been in the creative, I've been a creative professional most of my professional life. And so there's a part of me that understands the panic of, oh shit, we're in a world of infinite content generation. How can I compete with that? I understand. I empathize with it. You can't compete with it. And I think in a world of infinite content generation, current copyright laws don't even make sense. That said, we've got entire economies built on top of current copyright laws. So my guess is no less than 20 years of just, chaos on the copyright front. My philosophy is I'm not putting much time and energy into trying to protect anything because everything is easy to knock off and be inspired by. And if you just want to steal someone's stuff, you can easily do that. Most of the people that I know that are using this stuff aren't using the tools for that. So I don't know. It's a good question, but there's no good answer. Google blocks most things about the Rothschilds. Interesting. YouTube, TikTok, and YouTube are in perfect voice sync tonight. Fantastic. That's wild. 32-31 Browns in the fourth. Is it still going on? I should probably turn it on. That's a good game. Brandon, your Browns might be doing something here. Come on. Oh, 7 minutes left. Oh, we still got some game. We still got some game here. We can still destroy that Ohio team. Oh, man. AI will always need original content from us humans. Yeah, or if not original content from us, I think what AI still requires, there might be a point where it doesn't, but what it still requires is intention, right? And curation and taste and, the ability to, art, creative expression is when the artist says, this is it, right? They will do it to themselves. We play 59 minutes of football in Cleveland. And now Grok. Oh, man. All right. Let me change up my sharing again. So one of the cool things about Grok, so if you haven't played with Grok, so here we are on Twitter. All right. And okay. So if you want to play with Grok, you have to be a paid member. Oh, interesting. Brandon says that Grok is rumored to be transitioning to XAI chatbot. I think Grok's better, but whatever. I don't run this fucking company. So you can now make things within. So I can do 70s muscle car resto mod in an abandoned factory. And they've incorporated the Flux model into featuring Kyle Shannon. That's interesting. So my little profile picture is this sort of corporate ass. Oh, there we are. This sort of corporate ass image here with gray hair. And it so put a dude in here. So I can now say make it look more like Kyle's picture. It tends to default to making me look like a supermodel, so let's see. No, let me see a picture of Kyle, not the car. That's actually a pretty slick looking resto mod, though, isn't it? That's nice. I'd drive around in that. I'd light him up at a stoplight. That sort of looks like me. Make him have glasses. But this is a new thing that they've started taking your profile picture. Yeah, that's in the neighborhood of that, right? YouTube Spotlight, Chris McCrabe. What cracks me up with Grok is it's heavily censored images except for political images, and then you can get away with anything. I know. It's a mess. Well, the one thing that, unless they've changed it, the one thing you can do in Grok, which is pretty amazing, is you can say Mickey Mouse hanging out on a street corner smoking cigarettes with Pluto in front of a KFC restaurant. The sign in front of KFC says our food will kill you ... slowly. I'm last time I tried this, it pretty much just did it. Yeah, our food will kill you slowly. There's Mickey and Pluto smoking. In New Orleans with Donald Duck. People use grok. Oh man. Hey Disney. Mickey and Pluto should be surrounded by empty KFC buckets and chicken bones and have grease on their faces. Meta.ai does portraits better. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that makes sense because they kind of focused on that. Our food will kill slowly. Just tuning in, used to work for the mouse. The brand police must be on the floor. I seriously, create a buzz. Oh, Broncos just kicked the field goal. 3 minutes left, up 34-32. There you go, Brandon. snatching defeat away from the jaws of victory. Yeah, whenever Elon's been talking about, it should be uncensored, I mean, this is the kind of stuff that I can't believe Disney in particular hasn't sued the shit out of them. Show me the 2027 iPhone 20 with a radical new design in a sweatshop. Well, it's not exactly a radical new design. But, that's definitely their logo. That's definitely their corner radius, right? Oh, here's one. I got cease and desisted for this one. Show me 2 Barbie dolls dressed up for a night out at the clubs with too much sack makeup on and skimpy little outfits. I got cease and desisted by Mattel when we were doing Urban Desires. Oh, unfortunately, I can't generate that kind of image. Let's see, 2 Barbie dolls dressed up for a night at the clubs. Yeah, this it can do. Yeah, so the fact that I can use the term Barbie doll and it generates what are effectively Barbie dolls. Mattel cease and desisted us in 1995 because we did a photo expose of the lesbian Barbie scene. A photographer named Maria Vullo had this whole series, and we published it in the magazine. We got cease and desisted because the likeness of the Barbie doll is trademarkable, is copywritten and trademarked, and they, if you muck with the likeness of it, they'll fuck you up. As will Disney. Like, Disney takes this shit really seriously. So the fact that you can do this on Grok is just crazy. It really is. I find it staggering. I think the fact that no one probably uses it relatively means it hasn't made headlines, but we could probably make headlines if we wanted to. Just go publish a bunch of this shit and say, hey, Mattel, you paying attention to what's going on over in Grok? Hey, Apple, doesn't that look like your corner radius? Hey, Disney, are you cool with this? Oh, man. We're trying to grow the channel, not get sued. No PR is bad PR. That's a classic. All right. Okay, so if I've got some new folks in here, run yourselves over to the salon.ai tomorrow night. So that the salon is a community that I started. I co-founded in the first week of December in 2022. So tomorrow night, December 3rd, is our 2nd year anniversary. And we're having a meeting tomorrow where we're bringing back speakers from the past 2 years to talk about what they're up to. And we'll just sort of talk about the general state of things. That's tomorrow night from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Mountain Time. So go to the salon.ai, say join our community. And then in the first list there's like 7 things to do. One of them is RSVP for events. And if you just go there, and in fact, if I do this and this, can I go here? Yes. So if you'll land on a page that welcomes you to the salon, and then you can introduce yourself, which you should definitely do. And then if you say RSVP for the next event and go to the calendars, tomorrow at 5 p.m., this is the one you want to RSVP for. This is the big birthday party. We're having a big birthday party. All right. So go RSVP for that. Come to the party. All right. Fantastic, Bob. Let's see. Any other questions? Any other thoughts? Questions? We will likely start late tomorrow night. Is Grok free? Grok is not free. You have to be a paid member of X to get access to Grok. So, for what that's worth. Denver just picked off. Oh, that's a pick 6. Sorry, Brandon. It's 40-32. Yay, Denver. Yay. We did it. Yay. How much? I think the cheapest you can subscribe for X is $7 or $8 a month. And then I think there's Premium Plus for $16 a month. I don't know the difference between the two, but I think you get access to Grok with the cheapest one. I was only off by 1 minute. Yeah, exactly. You played 58 solid minutes. That was a nice pick, though. Oh, that's pretty funny. I don't mean to laugh. We almost always win. Oh, man. All right. I'm going to get on out of here. Fantastic. Considering the current cabinet pick seems appropriate. Referencing Barbies. Yeah. I knew. Am I really late to the game in finding out that ChatGPT is baked into Apple Intelligence? It's not really. It's not. So most of Apple Intelligence is run by a bunch of small language models, not large language models. One of the options, and I don't even know if it's built in yet. I haven't played with Apple Intelligence because it's so bad. One of the options is you can use ChatGPT as a default engine, kind of like you can use Google as a default search engine. They cut that deal with OpenAI, but it's not powering most of Apple Intelligence. Most of Apple Intelligence is actually run by Apple's small language models. Do 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 do. It's not. That's a misconception. That's a misconception. I mean, why pay for ChatGPT is increasingly a valid question. I didn't think it used to be, but they're giving like all of the features you can use for free. You can't make custom GPTs, so that's the one thing. You do get access to new technology when it comes out, like advanced voice went to paid members first. And actually right now it's still paid members. So you have that. But there's so many other tools out there. Like I would say you don't have to pay for ChatGPT. You get more tokens. Yeah, if you're a paid member, you get more tokens. That's true. You get more activity before they rate limit you. Claude's really shitty with the rate limiting. Oh, they just almost got picked again. All right, I got to go. At this point, I'm just watching a football game in the background. Tomorrow night, be there for the AI Salon second year anniversary, and we'll hang out. Good seeing you all tonight. Gwen, Tom, good to see you. I'm overlooking on Chris McCabe. Thank you for everything. Creative Buzz. Thank you, mods. Thank you, Brandon, for producing and switching and trying to wrangle me, which I know is a feat. Irregulars, please. Oh, okay. Hang on. Let me go to irregulars. Hold, please. Oh, so you should know this. If you're on the AI Salon, so you go to the salon.ai, you come here, you introduce yourself, you join the community. It doesn't cost anything. There's a really cool area called Show and Tell, where you can, show off images and videos and music and things like that. If you scroll to the bottom, there's a community club called the Irregulars, and that's for all the people that are in here. So, nice. Happy second birthday, AI Learning Lab. That's beautiful. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Look, it's a Mustang Challenger. I love how it mashes up muscle cars. It's like a 73 or 4 Mustang front end with an AMC Javelin fenders and a Challenger, or is it a Chevy Nova? I don't know. Wow, that's great. Awesome. So yeah, go share some images in there. AI Salon, 2 years, baby. That's what I'm talking about. All right. I am going to get out of here. So long to YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you tomorrow night at the salon and then later for this. And I'm going to pop this off now. So peace out, everybody.